6:15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Lavani Vijayatunga. First, we take a look at the headlines. The President says that religious harmony is crucial for economic development. The Minister orders stringent action against CEB employees who obstructed the services. Nuwara Eliya District Centre of the Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau will be vested with the public tomorrow. The Speaker is on an official visit to Uganda to attend the 27th Conference of the Speakers. In news overseas, Alaska Airlines grounds 373 MAX 9 planes after window blows out mid-air. Those are the headlines, and now let's move on to the details of the local news. President Ranil Wickremesinghe underscored the significance of religious harmony for economic development. He expressed his intention to expedite the development program aimed at restoring the revenues lost during the war in the north back to the region, highlighting the substantial role that religious leaders can play. President Wickremesinghe made these remarks during a meeting with all religious leaders of the Northern Province at the Jaffna District Secretariat this morning. The President has outlined plans to address the challenges faced by temples and churches within the Northern Province under the purview of the security forces. Concrete steps will be taken to restore these religious sites during this period. Additionally, President Wickremesinghe expressed the possibility of constructing a larger temple than the Nallur temple if desired by all religious leaders and guardians associated with the Nallur temple. Furthermore, President Wickremesinghe affirmed his commitment to address the issues within the Christian churches with a particular focus on promptly resolving challenges encountered by the Manu Church. The President noted that Muslims have vacated these areas during the war and efforts have been undertaken to facilitate their resettlement. Stressing the importance of unity beyond racial and religious divides, President Wickremesinghe urged the country to progress by safeguarding the rights of all individuals. Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Wijayasekara says disciplinary actions will be taken against the Ceylon Electricity Board employees who were involved in the 3-day trade union action and disrupted the services. As such, the CEB's chairman has been directed in writing to take necessary measures pursuant to the relevant legal provisions and to suspend the duties of the employees involved. In his letter, the lawmaker also instructed the CEB chairman to inform the Ministry of the employees who did not report for duties without prior notice and took part in the protests held over the past 3 days. CEB employees were engaged in a 3-day trade union action from 3rd to the 5th of January against the restructuring of the state-owned electricity supplier and the new electricity bill. Ahead of the trade union action, the CEB management, by way of a circular, cancelled the leave of all employees with effect from 2nd January until further notice. However, in case of an urgent matter, the employees were allowed to take a leave with the approval of the executive officer attached to the respective division or the branch. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardene is engaged in an observation tour at the Vavuniya railway station. It is expected to look at the common transportation activities in the Northern Province. He also observed the land owned by the Railways Department and the vicinity of the railway station. He emphasized on the importance of using existing resources for the investment activities. This is the news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. And we continue with more local news. Nuwara Eliya District Centre of the Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau will be vested with the public tomorrow. Minister Manusha Nadekara will participate as the chief guest at the event. The centre was established on a request made by a group of children of migrant families in the district from the minister at a ceremony held recently in line with the International Migration Day. Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abeyewardena, who is on an official visit to Uganda to attend the 27th Conference of the Speakers and the presiding officers of the Commonwealth, engaged in productive discussions with the Ugandan President Honorable Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Prime Minister Robina Nebanja, and the Speaker of the Parliament Honorable Anita Among. Meanwhile, the Speaker also met with the Minister of State of Foreign Affairs Honorable Oriem Henry Okello. During the discussions, both parties delve into matters aimed at enhancing the bilateral relations between Sri Lanka and Uganda. The dialogue covered key areas of mutual interest, fostering cooperation and understanding to strengthen ties between the two nations. And to conclude the local news, the headlines once again. The President says that religious harmony is crucial for economic development. The Minister orders stringent action against the CEB employees who obstructed the services. Nuwara District Centre of the Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau will be vested with the public tomorrow. The Speaker is on an official visit to Uganda to attend the 27th Conference of the Speakers. And that was the local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala.
The main news story for this evening, the National Dengue Eradication Unit says that a hotline has been established for the public complaints towards prevention of dengue. Information can be obtained by dialing the number 0117 966 366. The number once again, 0117 966 366. This number is operational between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. except on Saturdays, Sundays and government holidays. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala.
This is Watchlight.
Kandy District Coordinating Committee has decided to empower the district secretaries to remove the trees that are in danger in the area. 1,500 such trees have been identified in the city of Kandy. And that came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
Headlines on the world news. Alaska Airlines grounds 737 MAX 9 planes after window blows out mid-air. Aditya L1, India's sun mission, is set to reach the destination in hours. Rishi Sunak had significant doubt over Rwanda plan, papers suggest. Those are the headlines, and now let's move on to the details of the world news. A passenger plane lost a section of its fuselage in mid-air, forcing it to make an emergency landing in the U.S. state of Oregon yesterday. The Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 returned to Portland 35 minutes into its flight to California after an outer section, including a window, fell. Alaska said 177 passengers and crew were on board and it had landed safely. The airline said it would temporarily ground all 65 of its 737 MAX 9 aircraft to conduct inspections. Boeing said it was aware of the incident and is working to gather more information. India's first solar observation mission is set to reach its final destination in a few hours. On Saturday, the space agency ISRO will attempt to place Aditya L1 in a spot in space from where it will be able to continuously watch the sun. The spacecraft has been traveling towards the sun for 4 months since its lifted off on the 2nd of September. It was launched just days after India made history by becoming the first to land near the moon's south pole. Rishi Sunak had significant doubts about sending migrants to Rwanda when he was a chancellor, papers seen by the BBC suggests. They suggest that he wanted to scale back Number 10's original plans. They also indicate Mr. Sunak was not sure they would stop channel crossings. They also suggested that he was reluctant to fund reception centres to accommodate migrants instead of using hotels or private housings because hotels are cheaper. As Prime Minister, under pressure from his party, Mr. Sunak has made the Rwanda plan one of his top priority. And that was the world news. And in development news, the government has decided to provide compensation for the selected families whose lands have been lost due to the construction of Yardoa Reservoir and left the bank canal instead of the paddy lands. 1.8 million rupees will be given for each family as compensation. That was the development news, and now we move on to sports news.
Moving on with sports news.
The first one-day international cricket match is currently being played between Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe at R. Premadasa Stadium. Batting first, Sri Lanka scored 203 runs for the loss of 6 wickets at the end of the 40th over a short while ago. That was the sports news, business news coming up.
Go එකක් තියන youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka Gem and Jewellery Association, in collaboration with the National Gem and Jewellery Authority and the Export Development Board, is thrilled to announce the inauguration of the 30th edition of Facet Sri Lanka, Asia's Gem and Jewellery Exhibition. The grand inauguration ceremony took place today at the Cinnamon Grand Hotel in Colombo. That is the business news. Economic news follows.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go එකක් තියන youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
In economic news, the government hopes to expand the fishing trading network. State Minister P.R. Nishantha De Silva said that measures will be taken to provide concessions for the consumers. Many new projects are underway to empower the fishing community in the country. That is economic news and the weather report to conclude.
Weather report.
And finally, the weather report. Showery weather condition is expected to enhance over the northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces from tomorrow. Showers will occur at times in the eastern province, and several spells of showers will occur in the northern, north central and Uva provinces as well. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places elsewhere in the island after 1 p.m. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and central provinces during the morning hours. And before we conclude this bulletin, let's get back to the headlines once again. The President says that religious harmony is crucial for economic development. The Minister orders stringent action against CEB employees who obstructed the services. Nuwara Eliya District Centre of the Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau will be vested with the public tomorrow. The Speaker is on an official visit to Uganda to attend the 27th Conference of the Speakers. In news overseas, Alaska Airlines grounds 373 MAX 9 planes after window blows out mid-air. And with that, we conclude this bulletin of news. Now it's back to your Saturday evening host, yes, Chandima, who is sitting in on the first Saturday of the year 2024. Yes, Chandima, all the very best to you, and it's over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Lavani. Wish you all the very best for the new year as well. Well, I almost forgot that it's the first Saturday of the year till you reminded me about it, because I've been here on Tuesday. I think that was the second, and I wished everybody, and wishes go out to you as well. So, having said that, let me move on with our programs for this evening. And slight reminder, it's going to be the Sri Lankan staff program coming your way from 6:30 to 7 o'clock with Mario Vijayawardena, and we'll be presenting to you the news in brief as well. And soon after that, we are going to move on to the musical miscellany, followed by the Dhamma sermon at 8 o'clock, and once again some music on the miscellany, and at 8:45 the main news bulletin for the night, and at 9 o'clock it's the Family Choice program, all the way till we bring down the curtains at 10 p.m. So let's move on with the music soon after these messages.